Hi there BookTube, this is Emma from Emma's Bookish Lifestyle, and today's a bit of a catch-up video, a bit of a haul video, and also a subscription box unboxing. So first of all, where I'm at currently reading wise. So I'm still reading Sue Perkins' Spectacles. It's quite funny and light-hearted, so I tend to be reading that before I go to bed at night at the moment, to kind of relax me and de-stress after quite a busy day at work. It's been frantic at work of late. I'm also still reading Sarah Waters' The Night Watch. I'm about halfway through, coming up to halfway through on that, and starting to get into it now. It's no fast-paced thriller, but I am enjoying it, and the writing style is very clever, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens as we go through the book. And finally, a book that I've only just started reading, which is called The Ninth Reign by Jen Williams, which was sent to me by Headline upon my request. This is a fantasy series. It's the beginning of a new fantasy series. I don't know this author at all, so I'll just quickly read you a little bit of the blurb at the back. How to unpick a tapestry such as this. There was a thread that started it all, of course, but I will have to go back a good long way, beyond the scope of your young life, beyond the scope of even mine. Don't tell me I didn't warn you. And it's basically about a particular race of people, and it's in a city based in a city called Ibora, which was once glittering and gold and is now sort of aging and decrepit. And there's two characters, a brother and sister, and they're kind of on opposing sides, and the brother is Tourmaline the Oathless, and he's got no real inclination to sit around and wait for disaster to strike, so he's decided to take a bit of a guilt trip around seeing some of the places that he wants to see, and he's living it large on wine, women and song. But this is the first, I believe, in a trilogy. I am only 20 pages in, but I really enjoyed the first chapter, and it's looking quite promising, and as I say, beautiful cover. I believe the other series she wrote prior to this was called The Copper Promise, The Iron Ghost and The Silver Tide. That was the previous trilogy prior to that. Another book I've recently received this week is from Hotter and Stoughton. This is The Legacy by Yrsa, try and pronounce that, Yrsa Sigurðardóttir, apologies, Sigurðardóttir, apologies. This is an ARC copy of her latest novel. She's deemed to be the queen of Nordic noir. This is a book that's due out on the 23rd of March, and it says it's a thrilling new crime series for and that the only witness to a shocking murder is the victim's 10-year-old daughter Margaret. The police turn to the Children's House for their expertise in childhood trauma. Freya doesn't much like the police, especially the detective in charge, Hulda, but she does want to help them catch the killer. And when more people die, their murders heralded by strange messages, texts and strings of numbers, only working together will prevent danger getting ever closer to home. Again, sounds really interesting. Was very tempted to pick it up straight away, but I'm already reading way too much. And the other thing that I'm currently listening to on Audible is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I've only just started that today, so I'm looking forward to reading that. I think it's about 6 hours long in duration, so it shouldn't take me long to read. I'm using it as a means, again, when I'm soaking in the tub or driving backwards and forwards to work, to utilise that sort of dead time. And finally, last week I went and popped in to my local charity shop, as you do, and got 3 books for £1. And the 3 books are Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. I don't like that, but if I like the book, I'll get a proper copy of the book. A school and childhood and adulthood classic. Started off my fascination from a very early age about World War II and the effects on the people left behind in the UK, and that is Goodnight Mr. Tom by Puffin. And last but not least, Miranda Hart's first book, which is It Just Me? I see so much of myself in Miranda Hart, especially in her TV series Miranda. I don't have pet vegetables, but I do sometimes feel like I make up reasons to talk to anything just to get a response. So that's that for now. So last but not least is my Book Buddy Box double book special edition from Eleanor at Eleanor Reads. Now, way excited. This was coming out. I knew this was coming out in March, but it slightly preceded my birthday, which is kind of like a little double win for me. It's beautifully wrapped as well this time in brown paper. I love the little holographic alien on there. I'm assuming that might have something to do with what's going on inside, and I also got a lovely bookmark which I've already managed to put down and not sure where it is, but it was like a purple fairy type book tag. So this is where I find that I can't get the string off, and we'll open it up and see what we've got. This is the first real unboxing. I get way too excited and way too impatient, to bad grammar, Emma, to open these on screen, including the wonderful ones from Mothbox, but a few of you got the Mothbox unwrapping on last time, so didn't really need 2 of us to do it. Oh, interesting. Right, this is interesting. There are 2 books by Mitch Benn. One is called Terror, and the second one is Terror's World, which I assume is the sequel. Let me have a look. Let me see what it says on the sheet Eleanor's sent. Okay. Right. Terror is a charming and hilarious satirical fable, a story about how odd and alien we are. It tells the story of a girl who grows up in a very different world, who gains a unique perspective on our world and a unique perspective on her new home. A girl who can teach them and us a lot. A girl living in an extraordinary world that is spiralling into a terrible war. Wowza. Well, it's got from here, I mean, high praise indeed. Neil Gaiman has said he found himself thinking of Roald Dahl, Douglas Adams and Terry Pratchett. I've read pretty much all the childhood books from Roald Dahl, and I kind of got 3/4 of the way through Terry Pratchett's Discworld series, and I've read some of Douglas Adams, so that would be really interesting. And I'm assuming Terror's World is a continuation. Sorry, I realise I've gone deadly quiet. Okay. Yeah, so this looks like it's definitely a sequel. I don't know how many are in the series, but it looks like, again, it's been set to really high acclaim. I didn't realise that Mitch Benn as well, it looks like he was a singer and composer for BBC Radio's The Now Show, which is interesting. Yeah, so it really does look like this could be quite a good and compelling series. It's always nice to have two different, well, two new books that are part of a set, because especially if you love the first one, you don't want to wait for the second one. I have kind of also ordered a couple of cheeky books. I know I shouldn't be, but it is my birthday month, so I have treated myself to 3 books in a series, 2 that are available now and 1 which is in pre-order from Salt. So as soon as they arrive, I'll obviously do a video and show them to you as well. I hope you're all well. I hope you're having a nice weekend ahead of you, and I look forward to hearing down below if any of these particularly pique your interest and you want me to review them first, or if there's anything you'd like to discuss about any of the books. I'd be more than happy to do so. Anyway, bye for now, BookTube, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.